weed brownies, babies. It was very crazy on this episode of Grey's Anatomy, and we are going to recap it coming up next. Make sure you don't go anywhere.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. Go to the next. I was gonna go to work, but then I got high.
They all got high.
It couldn't work anymore.
Literally.
The doctors got high.
Oh, this was a very funny episode.
Yeah, yes it was. I don't think I've laughed this much in Grey's in a really
ever.
long
I
time.
feel like ever, like that hard. Hey guys, thank you for joining us. This is the Grey's Anatomy After Show. I am your host, Elle Marie, and we also have to my left.
Hey guys, I'm Krista.
And I'm Tori.
So we are going to get into this episode, just
we
quickly,
are.
like an overall view of this episode as a whole, just real quick.
It was different than the usual Grey's episodes, because usually I don't associate like Grey's and like comedic relief, but the whole entire time I was like, there wasn't anything like super, we had a little bit of sadness, but for the most part, I was like, it was just like a happy, goofy episode, which was, it was a nice change of pace.
I really liked it. I laughed like the whole time.
Me too.
And
we were laughing out loud.
Right, and we were sober, and we thought it was great.
It's funny seeing the doctors like that. Yeah. And each one reacts differently. And it was like, it fit their personalities so well.
It definitely did.
Yeah.
Like Maggie, I think, was my favorite.
She was so good.
Cheese.
I was like, Maggie is mean.
No, wait. And then she was like, I don't think I need my neck anymore. Like,
right? That was like, huh?
They're like, get her out of the hospital.
So last week we had the lesbian couple there that had the cancer scare. Mm-hmm. They were going to that fake doctor. So they brought cookies as a thank you. Unfortunately, they were made with cannabis.
With what, peanut butter and cannabis?
Did they make the cookies? Did they not know?
Yeah, so later they said the...
That's what I got confused with. Like,
so they were making them for her, the one that thought she had cancer.
And
so
she
they
didn't
were for her.
realize
She
it
didn't
was
realize,
cannabis.
So she decided to make... I think the wife or whatever was making the cookies before.
Okay.
So once she's better, she decides to make it, goes and grabs something, not knowing.
Okay.
And then it's like, oops.
Whoopsies.
Alrighty then.
So we're starting off with the presentation, which I thought was about to be like this big old thing because everyone's been working so hard on all of their projects. So you have Weber, you had Jackson and Meredith. Everyone wants to present like all the research they've been doing, and then you hit a snag.
Avery was up there, and I was like, this is going downhill.
It was like all of us. I didn't even see. I feel like I was there. I didn't see him go up there.
Yeah,
but I didn't see when they called him up. I know April said like you're on deck. Like you're on deck, but I felt like Weber was still talking when she.
And
was
also, I feel like they had just eaten the cookies.
Right,
I was like,
that
dang.
was very quick. Usually doesn't happen that fast. But yeah, so he's up there like, we're working on a better vagina. I love vaginas.
I came out of a vagina. Her vagina.
Hey, Mom.
She's like, what?
That was not on the script.
So good.
He was just all over the place with that. And so Meredith has to get everyone together because Meredith didn't have any and Joe didn't have any. So they're the only sane ones right now.
Of course, Meredith didn't have any.
So they have to get everyone together. And like, you guys have to stay put.
Yeah.
Stay here. Lockdown, basically.
I loved how that was the idea, but no one stayed.
No one stayed.
The minute she was like, stay, they're all like, bye. Scattered.
Adios.
It was just so good.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. Man, but just to hit on like the presentation part, like Weber's, I feel like or maybe I'm just wasn't paying attention before, but I didn't know what he was working on.
Right.
Yeah.
They've been.
I like didn't get the. I
I
remember them talking about it, but I guess I didn't get the scope of how like what it could all do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I didn't like get the intensity of it.
I didn't understand the point. I just knew that all I knew was that it was a pen.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
So like this episode, we were like, oh, this is pretty cool. This pen. Yeah.
Right. It's very
interesting.
interesting.
We'll get into like
that'll definitely save a lot of lives.
Yeah.
For sure. But let's you know what? Let's get into this was a little bit of the heavier part. We'll get back to the weed cookies and everyone's reaction. But within that, so the week before, We had Amelia calling a surgeon. She was in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Rebecca.
Yes, to help her with the, what they're working on with Kimmy and all the other kids, and she couldn't talk to her. Like, oh, this is the Avery Hospital, can't talk to you, and they're like trying to figure out why. So Jackson like releases everything, like, oh, it's okay, let's talk about whatever's going on. Comes to find out, sexual harassment cases, 13 cases.
Also, like, Grey's again with the relevant issues.
Yeah,
Right.
that too.
2 weeks in a row.
Honestly, I was expecting it to be not
Bigger?
that sexual harassment isn't a big deal, but yes, I was expecting it to be a way bigger
Like more
deal.
personal, tied
Right.
into like one specific person, or
Right.
like I
Right.
wasn't
Like the
expecting it to
I
be
just
like
feel
13 different ladies.
It's kind of like a cop out in a sense, like
Yeah.
sexual harassment. Like okay,
Go figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like next week's episode.
It looks
they'll
like it's gonna get
when they'll get
into it.
I think that's probably why tonight was like so fun and everything because the whole
Yeah.
episode next week is going to be heavy.
It's gonna be real heavy.
Yeah. So but Jackson's reaction to that though, like knowing, like
He
trying
had
to
no
figure out,
idea.
he had no
Yeah.
idea, and then trying to figure out why his mom was so calm about it. Like,
Well, and then the fact that they're both high while they're having
Right?
this
It's like,
conversation.
yeah, that makes it even
Yeah.
crazier, more like awkward, or you don't know how you really feel about it, or like maybe your true emotions are coming out without a filter.
Yeah.
right.
About how that's going on, and then like he kind of started to judge his mom once he found out that she was the one that kind of paid all the women off.
Which
Because
is
they were-
like, I also feel like for Jackson, it's easier for him to judge because he isn't a girl in the situation. And like
Right.
when his mom explained later kind of how she was feeling and why she did what she did, I was like, yeah, like what else can you, I forget that she's like older and it was
Right.
totally,
Yeah,
30
it's
years
different
ago
time,
was a
yeah.
totally different time. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I expected Jackson's reaction, of course.
Yeah.
Makes total sense. I kind of wish they would have had this conversation sober, though. I feel like it would have been way more dramatic and it would have been way more like, like popcorn eating.
Yeah,
kind of
I
watching
agree. It was a
versus,
weird
like,
way to do it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like of course the thought went through my head. Well, they are high. Like
How
how much
serious,
of this is
yeah.
true? Like is she just trying to play it off? Like I don't know. I felt like that was a moment where it needed to be as
More
hardcore,
serious.
and
Yeah.
as serious as possible.
I agree.
And it wasn't.
So maybe
Yeah.
they'll like go back into it next week, hopefully.
Yeah,
We'll
make
see.
it like
yeah.
more serious. Yeah, I can see that. Like if you bring it up, maybe in a more
Yeah.
controlled, more serious environment. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But so just talking about them and Jackson and his weed reaction to take me into Harper Avery, but I want to get back to Maggie and her reaction with everything.
She's so great. I've got a newfound respect for not that I've ever like hated Maggie, but I think it was just this episode in general. I like her personality came out a lot more, and I was like, she's funny.
We need to see her high a lot more.
Yeah.
We do. Because like you said, like that was my favorite part when she was like, I don't think I need my neck anymore. And also when she was trying to run
the
away.
cheese
Yeah.
and the liver.
cheese.
The liver. Where's the liver?
She lost
She's
it.
like, it's shaped like a liver. It metabolizes things. It's red. Where's the liver?
And she pronounced the machine dead. Like,
R.I.P.
And she
couldn't,
call
I
it its
couldn't.
time of death. Did she?
Yeah,
she
she's
did.
like, what did she say? The reason was acute
Yeah,
liver
acute-
disappearance.
I can't with her. And also when Arizona went to track her down because she was like the first one to leave the room.
crazy.
She's like, I just need to be by myself. And Arizona's like, no, you haven't been high before. Yeah, like being high and drunk are two different things. Yeah, you may need, especially an edible, 'cause
Yes.
you can possibly start to hallucinate. So you need someone there by your side.
I think my favorite moment of her was the cheese, and then she ends and she's eating all the cheeses. Like 4-string
Like
cheese.
and so excited. Like now she's sober.
Yeah.
I mean, like she's still remembering
still
that she
wants
wanted
the cheese
and
with
she's
the holes.
So happy. It's just. Have you ever seen that Kim Kardashian meme where she's like on the couch and she's like, that was Maggie's face.
That was Maggie.
So good.
She made me want some cheese. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Monster,
go
the
home and have
Gouda.
some cheese, some brie.
I'm trying to break up with dairy. This was not the episode for me to watch. I'm like, I want everything.
That's hilarious.
Oh my
Can
goodness.
we talk a little bit about, I see it in the chat, a lot of people are talking about April and Bailey's scene.
Yes, let's talk about them. That was
Okay, I think you need to backtrack a little bit about whenever
her
she
catching her?
overhears
Yeah.
Avery talking to Catherine.
That almost slipped because all I heard, all I saw was like April hearing 13s at first.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
how
didn't
much.
believe. Yes, she heard like all of that. Then when she started to sit there and like, oh, I have a secret. I heard something I wasn't supposed to hear.
Yeah.
And then Bailey's like, oh, well, what
So
is it?
she must have heard the whole
Yeah, she had to
conversation.
hear the
Yeah.
whole thing. Yeah. If we can also get our chat up on the screen there too as well.
We've got it. We've got it on the phone too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have it.
Yeah. So yeah. Yes. Okay. Let's stop for a second.
Yeah.
So that scene was very like, so April is running her mouth basically, kind of spilling like all the tea, because I'm wondering like maybe sober would she have held that to herself?
Yeah. No, she's kind of a big.
I think she would have. I think she wouldn't have told
Bailey.
Bailey. I think she would have went straight to Jackson.
You're right.
Asked him about it.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
But I think because she was high, of course, that's the excuse, right? She's high, like, did I really hear what I just heard?
Yeah.
And even, I think she even told Bailey when Bailey walked in, like, I think I heard something, but I'm not sure if I heard it correctly.
Yeah.
And then that's when Bailey kind of just starts, like, picking at her, trying to figure out what it is. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that she told Bailey, because then how much longer would this have been stretched out?
Well, yeah.
If
Because
you know.
Meredith was the first one. I mean, I think at the end of the episode, Avery and his mom were like, okay, so we've decided we're going to talk about it and we're going to tell everyone.
Right.
But, like, it would have been, like, maybe next week, but Meredith had walked in and been like, please tell me it's not true.
Right.
So they were like, well, going to start now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also interested to know if it wasn't April who overheard him, and if it was somebody else,
How
what
it would
would
went
their
down.
exactly?
True.
Yeah, because
question.
April already has kind of that connection with them regarding, like being previously married to Jackson, and then like, so naturally I feel like no matter where their relationship goes, she's going to want to protect them, and so I feel like that's why, she was able to kind of keep it to herself.
Yeah.
For a little while, because I don't know if Bailey would have heard, like,
Yeah,
I
it
feel like
could've,
she would have stormed in.
Yeah.
Or if Weber, well, he already knew. So if like one of the interns heard,
Just her
like,
being high, like, changed her reaction. To
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally. And let's talk about Bailey's reaction to the weed. So getting her leading up into her getting
It's
in
like
the room with
she was,
April.
like, in the
It's
alarm.
Bailey's always an honest person. Like, she speaks her truth, but this just heightened it. Like, what did she say to April where she's like, isn't, like, weed supposed to be peaceful or calming?
Yeah, right.
And I've never hated you more than I do right now. And April was like, ooh.
oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
And then Bailey telling her about her, she's like, yeah, I have a secret too. And I have a manufacturer that's gonna, she's working on her
gonna be
project.
rich.
I'm gonna be rich. Something about the sex toys. Now, for a moment, I forgot about what she was working on. I was like, so Bailey's stepping out into sex toy world. I legit thought she was going just straight sex toys at first.
Right?
And then I was like, oh, okay, yes, her renal thingy.
Whatever, yeah.
Tailblazer machine thing. But that's smart, though.
It is.
It's very smart.
Yeah.
I give Bailey her props. I don't put anything past Bailey. Miranda
No.
Bailey, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing
She's the
past
best.
her.
She was so good this episode,
It
too.
was. That was really funny. And then their little song that they
Oh,
were
yeah,
holding their
the
nose.
throat.
I was like, what was that? I felt like they were like pinching their noses. Like,
She was like,
What are you guys doing?
Like
We're having a
humming
funeral. A funeral for
Keeping it
Avery.
Avery.
oh my
I was
goodness.
like, oh goodness.
And
but every
her opinion about Harper Avery as well. Just like the person that she thought he was,
Well,
and how
and she has a
met
daughter,
him.
which I forget. Not Bailey, but Amelia.
April.
April has a daughter that is an Avery, so like her
Right.
hearing that news also, like
Oh
I
my gosh,
forget
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
that
think about
like
that.
changes how she reacts to that information too, because she's like, I'm part of that legacy now
Yeah.
because my daughter
Yep.
is actually an Avery,
Yeah.
so it like affects her differently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she said even though she was kind of trying to be funny a little bit, but like she said, she's like, I had an Avery. It was a Jackson Avery. But
Not the same thing,
Not the
but I
same
had
thing,
one.
But I had one. But yeah,
Oh my
so yeah, she's
goodness.
attached to that family.
Yeah.
now.
That's true.
Oof. In
Yeah.
more ways, because like I mean, that your family and then also the hospital that you're working at is going to be affected by that. That's pretty deep.
So she's hitting it on both. She's getting hit on both ends of the spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah,
Poor AP.
She's getting hit with it.
she is. Oh, poor April. Well, sorry, I don't really feel that bad. I don't know why that. I just went into this deep like poor April for what. Let's talk about Owen.
Oh, it's got a babe.
So
You
I
guys,
missed
I'm
last
so
week.
tired of his storyline. I'm sorry.
I'm over over here about to pour my heart out. Like
Tori's over here like, I am over
I was
it.
so happy at the end of that episode last week.
Were
like,
you?
Yes. I was like, oh, he's gonna foster.
It's like also, which I was happy, but it's about damn time is
Yeah.
what my thought was, because we've been playing this Owen wants babies, no one will give him babies for the entire series.
Yeah.
So it's, be a man and go get a baby yourself.
Well,
and that's what he did
That's
finally.
what he
So I was
did.
like, there we go. Get that baby. You don't need no woman.
Oh my goodness.
He did it.
You're so right. Everything you just said is right. That happened.
You're just over
You're
it.
just over it.
Yes.
You're not happy for
Okay,
that?
what I'm happy for is how Amelia helped him
Mm-hmm.
and how she was just willing to step up the plate regardless of their, previous past.
Like, speaking of that, do you feel like at the end when Amelia stayed, she's kind of having second thoughts or regrets, or I think she was liking the
I
situation.
think
She was feeling a bit
But
comfortable.
I was writing in my
Too.
notes like, yeah, I think
Yeah, I
Amelia
think.
likes this, but I don't.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, where are they gonna go with this now? I'm
No,
wondering.
Thank you. But yeah, so I was watching like, oh, is it the whole like sometimes babies do bring people together?
yes.
And yeah, because she was like, oh, and she stayed, and then she was so engaging with the baby. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily think that. I think she liked it.
Yeah.
I think eventually she's gonna want that. Does she
Maybe
want
like
that
for
with
herself.
Owen? I don't really know. I didn't
Yeah.
really get that vibe, but I could see how you could think that, and that would make sense. I would not be surprised if that happened.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't
Yeah, I don't
happen.
want it to
I agree.
happen.
We've
Not
like
at
been
all.
there, played that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
done.
And in my defense, I just saw TQ in the live chat, and he said that he's annoyed with Owen too. So I am not the only
She's
one.
not alone.
Thank you, TQ, for being on my side with this,
Same,
because
so annoying. Aw.
Who?
I don't.
Yeah, no.
Thank you. Like, apparently it's 2 against 1, and I'm feeling the love in this live chat right now.
Yeah,
Thank
no.
you very much.
That's
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not annoyed by him. I was happy that he got the baby. He was awkward, but yeah, he's not used to that. He's not
Yeah.
used to kids. You know what I mean? And at first, when Amelia went to the house to help him, brought Alex along because he couldn't be by himself for a second because Alex is he's a pediatrician, pediatric
Yep.
surgeon. I was like, oh, she brought Alex for help and backup, and then no, just because he's high, he can't be left alone right now.
Okay, but
Alex was funny too.
the chips, yes. When he offered her a chip, I loved how he just like kind of just started like, what's the saying, like spilling at the mouth, or
Oh yeah, just
but then
word
like,
vomit.
yeah, vomit at the mouth, but then like instantly turned it around and was like, no, I'm a pediatrician. I just wanted to make sure that this baby
here to check for jaundice.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's so nice of you. I'm like, the baby's not yellow, he's fine.
right, and then gives the baby to Alex.
Right.
Like,
And everyone's like, no.
No, let's
Don't.
not do that.
So I'm sorry, it's just so good. I might rewatch this episode.
I know. No,
Cracking
somebody
up
else
us.
said that too, I believe, that they
Yeah.
were gonna watch it again.
Like, it was funny.
it's
was.
hilarious. Oh my goodness.
It's like they're the funniest that they've had.
Yes.
I got 2 more. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. Erie also doesn't like. Oh,
Oh, you're just looking at the
Ari,
comments
I'm
now.
sorry, your name might be pronounced Ari. Aguilar. Thank you. Thank you
Okay,
so
anyone
much.
else from the chat that's like,
That's 3 people.
Is there anyone
Me
in there that is
included.
happy for Owen?
like he
That's
finally
on
got
my
a baby.
side, Right?
Oh my goodness.
He is fostering a baby without a father. Like, let's remember this little child that he's saving.
Yeah, and I liked it. Well, first of all, when he was trying to wrap I don't know the name of it, but the garments to wrap around you and hold
The
the baby.
swaddle-
Yeah,
It was
what
like-
that was.
It's like I've seen moms with them. It's like, especially if they're breastfeeding, you just wrap them
Right,
up.
but the way he
But
was wrapping
he had it like under his legs, over his neck.
over his shoulders,
You
and then
put the little
around the
stuffed animal
stomach,
in.
and then
I
back up.
got it.
You don't got it.
Don't
Owen's
have
like,
it.
look
Please
away.
don't put that baby right. He took the baby away. Like no.
Oh my
He
god.
was so good.
Oh my
And him in the car with the baby voice. Daddy, can I have a unicorn? I was like, what?
I loved everyone this episode, but I also liked it, Alex, when he got a little sentimental when he was telling them.
Oh, that was a sweet part.
He's like, all my foster parents sucked except for this one guy. This one guy that took the time, and he remembered that.
And it wasn't even
So
like
that was-
a lot that he
Yeah, it
did,
wasn't
and it was
even a
still
lot.
Right.
something he remembered. I was like, that's so sweet.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. So to let Owen know, like, you're a good guy.
Yeah, you
So if
care.
you
so,
care. As long as you care
Yeah.
and you show that child and that baby that you care,
You're right.
and you'll be fine.
And I think it's safe to say that, like, usually everybody, for the most part, who has a baby on the show, it's the hospital's job, in a sense, to help take care of the baby. So I have no doubt or worry about Owen.
No.
He's gonna have plenty of
the
help.
only thing I'm worried about is he's alone. So Amelia Stain is a huge helper right now, but as a surgeon, you're going to need a nanny ASAP.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
How are you going to be working those hours with no wife at home? And
Right.
who's going to be watching the kid?
I could see him getting a nanny, though.
Yeah,
totally
I mean,
see that
it's not like
happening.
his salary couldn't support
Right,
one.
yeah.
So
He's
you
gonna
could get a
need
couple.
one.
Unless
Yeah,
him
like-
and Amelia just,
Figure
decide
it out.
to make
Yeah.
Maybe they like
amends in the
co-parent.
sense, yeah.
And maybe
maybe not
she's
together?
still pregnant,
Yeah.
like I thought.
Oh my gosh. She's still on this
But
pregnancy.
no, I felt like in the car ride, someone said something, and I was like, wait, did they just drop another kind of, is Amelia pregnant? But now don't remember, so I'll have to go
I
back and
still
watch
think
it.
she's pregnant.
Alex said something. Something
she
was
could
said in that
be.
car
It'll be
ride.
the season finale, and I'm gonna be like,
Right.
she's still pregnant.
Alex, I'm gonna watch it again.
Yes.
Alex said something. It was either
Did he?
Alex or Owen when they were in the car. Somebody, because I was like,
Oh, about the baby sister? She is pregnant, because why would
Oh,
they
that's
hint
what-
at that?
yeah, that's
Wait,
what it
say
was.
that
I
one
really
time.
think she's pregnant because I think it was just like the writers like cluing us in. So later when it's revealed, I could be wrong. This is again my
it's just a
prediction
guess.
for later. But when they were in the car, someone had said this first baby is always like a type A personality because the parents worry so much, and then the second baby comes along and they're like super chill and whatever because the parents are less freaked out.
Yeah.
And then Alex was like, "Yeah, Dad, when am I getting a baby sister?" And I'm like, "Soon."
right? Because I was like, why say that?
That's it. Could be.
That's true.
pregnant.
See that in the
Um,
puking. All signs point to yes.
Oh my goodness. So Ellie Winters just said, "Do we know for sure that that baby is gonna stay with him? So far, it's just a foster situation."
That's true.
Yeah, that's
You are
true.
you're
Maybe
right.
that's a storyline.
But still, with
yeah.
fostering, I
Right.
mean, you still baby's still there, so you
Yeah.
still will need.
Right.
I'm sure
extra
that'll
help
turn
and
into a
everything.
huge
Yeah.
storyline. Like maybe he'll fall in love, and a
And
whole
this-
Zola storyline will happen
Yeah.
again.
This just shows that there's actual hope. There's actual hope for Owen. Because before we were just like,
Yeah,
but now this is actual hope. So we don't know, but
yeah, maybe. Hopefully, it will turn into.
y'all are
like,
hoping
adoption.
that it will. Okay.
I'm hoping that there's gonna be 2 babies.
right? There are
All
two
the babies.
We gonna stop hating on all
The
that.
babies.
I can't wait. Yes. I'm so excited.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. Oh, the babies. Is that because you just watched Bring It On?
Yes.
Spirit fingers.
These aren't spirit.
Sorry, we
fingers.
got a little off track. But
Okay, sorry. So,
these are spirit fingers.
but so dangerous things happen when people are under the influence. And Bailey, so when Meredith went to go rescue
I forgot
Bailey,
this happened.
I did too. Almost for a second. That's why notes are important. So
Yes.
she's trying to leave the OR because she's super high, Bailey, and kind of slams the door on Meredith's hand.
Yeah.
And Meredith is gonna take over for her for the surgery. Well, she was supposed to. And then her hand gets crushed. So then now Joe has to step in.
Yeah.
And she's being super kind of worried, like, what do I do? Wants to be guided, like, the whole way
Yeah,
through.
because
And
that
then-
was her first.
Yeah, like, so major
Solo.
surgery and solo surgery, like,
Did you like
and
think?
Meredith,
But I know you're talking about it's like her major, like her first major.
But I'm
surgery
like,
and
she's
it's
been
solo.
around. Yeah.
Thank you. Like I was so annoyed with her.
And Mira was in the room, but
Yeah,
it's
she was in
still
the
like
room, but
overwhelming, I'm
I
sure.
think, yeah, and I think it was also more so because you're kind of taking over something. You didn't start with,
And
she didn't
Bailey
have all
was
her
all like,
confidence
"Don't
going into
kill
that.
him."
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's
But
more
I
so
feel
what
like
it was.
you've just been like watching and watching. You've been under Meredith Grey for a long time. Like
Mm-hmm.
this was your opportunity to walk in there and be like, I got this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
own your time in the OR. You
Yeah.
are the boss
Yeah.
now. That's what I wanted
Yeah.
to see from her, and that did not happen.
No.
It didn't happen. That's what
She, like,
Meredith was
worked her
trying
way
to
into
get,
it, yeah.
get her to get to that point. But like I said, I think it was more so like her nerves and everything. Like she went into it blind almost.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well now where are the scans? We're not really
And it was
knowing much about
rushed.
that
She wasn't
patient.
prepared. It, like, got thrown. It was
I
like
could
a
see how
mix
you,
of
that's
things,
a life
yeah.
on the line. There.
That's,
So-
and especially
Alive.
Bailey's patient's life,
Right,
that
true.
Bailey will murder you.
Yes.
But there's always a life on the line.
True.
It's true. Some lives are more important than other lives. Especially when
intensity
Bailey's.
of it.
I mean, I'd be more terrified going into a surgery for Bailey than I would be anyone
Right?
else.
Like, I can't kill this patient.
Bailey will kill me.
But
Dream to Aspire just said, it's been so many seasons. I don't get how this is her first solo surgery.
I mean, that's what I was kind of. I also.
that's a good point. Maybe.
She's been here for a bit.
She has.
Because I
She's been
feel
here
like
for a
Mare and
while.
them were doing it by season 3.
Right? It's 2 almost.
Two?
Like, they
They
got right
also
in there.
wanted to, though.
That's
Like,
true.
I feel like they're the most driven interns.
That's
They-
true.
yes,
We
they
had
on the show.
what? Oh my God, O'Malley like sticking hands in chests and elevators as a
Right?
first
Yes.
year.
I remember that. Yeah, but going along with the surgery, she was trying her best, maybe.
She was. I'll give her props.
because
She
when
tried
she
her
got
best.
to the
the
point where
pen.
she was right, where she was like, if I could just know like what exactly what to take out, what not, and then boom, the pen, comes to mind, and then we get to see that it actually works. What Weber's trying to do, it was almost like operation kind of.
Yeah.
Like you
Beep.
hit the right button.
Beep, beep, ner.
Yeah,
But
it was.
does anyone else like think that Bailey either is once it's because Bailey wasn't planning on she was doing a full gas like she was removing the whole stomach, right? So do you think that's gonna be a conversation they have like later where she's like, wait, why did you only take out half, or like worried that she didn't get it all, or do you think it's gonna be like super cool and we're never gonna talk about it again?
I think she might.
B.
She might really be.
I just
she
don't know
might
because
touch on
Bailey's
it.
so headstrong, but.
I think she might touch it on. I don't think she'll harp on it, but
Yeah,
I think
'cause it's
she'll probably go
successful.
back to it again just to reiterate how the pen worked.
Yeah.
I think that's probably
Okay,
why
cool.
they'll go back
B.
to it.
But I think because Meredith was like, you did great. You did exactly what I would have done. That
reassured
might be
it.
Yeah.
That might be it.
done.
So option B.
Option B.
Got it.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, what else do we have here? Before we go
Dream to Aspire just says, has Jo even declared her specialty?
I think she's Isn't she general?
She just said,
I don't.
is
She
it
hasn't
really general?
I don't think she's declared.
I don't think she has.
But I think her shadowy
Who
mare.
else is
Someone
from
said, I
her?
think Jo is doing peds.
What the? I have
Because
no
Alex is
idea.
in peds.
because Alex is in Peds.
Yeah,
I think
but
she was doing it for a little while.
Has
But
she been? Oh no, and she left for some reason. I thought. I don't think we know. Unless someone in here knows for sure.
I don't think she claimed one though.
Because she's been shadowy Meredith. Unless she's
Yeah.
just working with Meredith because of the livers.
Could be because they were.
Yeah. I can't remember what Jo's been focused
Because
on.
she's been kind of with everyone. I know
jumps
she was
around.
with Amelia for a little while.
Yeah. I don't
So-
think she's declared.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna say
But
she
she's
hasn't.
been a resident for 1,000 years, according to Ellie. I agree. She has.
She really has. She should be. That should
yeah.
have been her first solo surgery.
No.
Someone was like, no, it was ortho. No one
What?
knows what her specialty is.
We just don't know what Joe's
So it's either
specialty
peds,
is.
ortho, or general.
Or maybe even neuro. Like I said, she was with Shepard for a while.
Jeez. Oh my God.
She could be anything.
All the above.
Maybe that's why she's
Answer
been an
D.
intern for so long. She's doing it all. Her focus is all things.
All the above. Answer
Yeah.
D. Yeah.
So I know we were talking a little bit off about Arizona before we started.
Oh
doing it.
yes.
So Arizona talking to Maggie, kind of spilling out her heart, even though Maggie's not really paying attention all that much.
No, she's worried about that
Cheese.
liver.
Right, the liver and the cheese. So then, as she's talking about Karina, as Arizona is talking about Karina, she accidentally calls her Callie.
Name drop. And I love how she was like, why would I do that? And I'm like,
Right.
because you're high and you're under the influence and you say things about things you're really thinking subconsciously sometimes.
Wait, did Arizona take a cookie?
Yes. But she was like, did anyone notice she was the chillest? Like, Arizona
She- yeah.
has had some weed in her. Like, she was experienced. She was walking around, I got this. And I'm
Yeah,
like, did
she
you
was
have a
cool.
lot of cookies? Like, she was the original cookie eater. So.
She was.
But she was the most chill. She was like talkative, but
Yeah, she has. Because when Maggie was like, "This is my first time," she's like, "Oh, really?"
yeah, she was
Let
like,
me take you
"Girl,
under my wing."
you should come over on a Saturday." She was real.
Yes, but I feel like anytime we said that's like anytime something is dropped, we're like, okay, that's the exit plan for either April or Arizona.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so now it's like, okay, so like we said, like, oh, did she bring up Callie? Because like, yes, that's what she's really, or who she's really
missing
thinking
her,
about.
yeah.
And so she's gonna pick up and go to New York. I mean, yeah,
Which
because
is like
they
a
hinted
thought
with,
we've been having for a while.
and they hinted
so.
with Sophia when she was like kind of, missing her friends and things like that. So, ooh, Arizona might be going
Which
back
I
to
think might actually
Callie.
be her storyline. So, which, I mean, we could still get thrown for, in front of a bus and it's like, never mind, it's totally different. But I feel like April's my big question mark still at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't speak of it, but remember when April and Bailey were talking and she's like, I know about Maggie because she saw them get in together in the parking garage and they live on opposite sides of the town. But she was like, I'm also seeing someone.
Yes. And
Yes.
So is it,
who is she seeing?
Is it, what's his face?
Matthew?
Matthew, yeah.
Because, they
Do you
had a little
think?
moment.
Who else would it be? They just
Who
had
else would
their...
it be? And then we kind of said that too, like maybe her and Matthew are going to get back together.
Yeah, we did
And
say
they'll
that.
sail off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know.
But those are two happy of endings. This
Why
is
can't they
Shonda.
be happy?
Because it's Shonda.
True.
And it's Grey's Anatomy. When's the last time we had a happy finale?
Oh.
people are saying that it might be Matthew.
That's what I'm thinking,
That's what I'm
too.
thinking, too.
I
And if
mean,
it's not,
unless
I'm
she
going
met
to be
someone within the last week.
No.
But I mean, okay, I'm sorry. Remind me again because I remember it was Owen who tells Matthew that it wasn't him who saved.
It was
it was April.
April's
but I don't
idea.
remember them.
He was
the
in the
church.
church after,
That's
like,
right.
crying, and she
In the
walks
church.
in, and
Right.
they just they
He
don't
scoots
say anything.
over,
They
yeah.
just, like,
Right.
mourn together,
I hope that that's not the moment that they have where they're just like, let's get back together.
Yeah, like, Jesus said so.
No.
But that would
I think
totally
it
be
opened the
something they did.
conversation.
Yeah,
I think
they're
it
both, like,
opens-
church-going
yeah.
people,
So
that's a
what
place
brought
for them,
back
yeah.
Together.
Yeah. Okay.
Tori, you don't like anything. It's just not your
Tori is
thing.
hating. Are you still on the Maggie Jackson train over there? Did you get anything out of that this week?
No, because they really weren't together.
Yeah.
I literally
How
wrote
I
down
like
in my
them.
notes because at the beginning they were, like kissing, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Jackson and Maggie are back to normal. Like,
You're right. They weren't.
That
There
was-
wasn't any
Yeah.
interaction this week with them.
I'm realizing like I really like this episode, but I guess at the same time I really hated it. I don't know what I said
See?
positive about it. Like,
She's very
I loved this,
neutral.
I hated this. I hated that.
She did not greenlight this.
I want to get to I want to get to our special segment
Okay.
with our best lines and worst lines. But before I get there, I do want to touch on, because now we know why Maria Cerrone was mad at Ellis Gray.
right.
Oh yes. See,
Because like things that it's like because
I
feel like the
forget that's
episode
in
was
there,
like
yeah.
all
Yeah.
over the place and things keep popping back. In my
Now
mind.
I'm like, ooh.
Okay,
But also,
so go ahead.
wouldn't Marie know that? She
Right, well, I was
wouldn't
literally
she have
about to say
known?
that. I don't think that she knew that Ellis knew,
Okay.
because all she knows is that Ellis took her name off.
But this is also
or
still a
even if
big
she
question
knew,
mark
if
to
she
me.
knew, and the fact that she didn't stand by her and possibly not want the award. You know what I
But
mean?
like,
yeah.
it's
wow, like-
that's the only
yeah.
thing I can think of, because in retrospect, looking at it, Alice could have just been like, "Hey, sorry, we can't win this if you're on it because you're in a, you've been paid off," and she would have been like, "Yeah, you're right. Like, I really can't be a part
Right.
of it."
Right.
But then that'd be like a friendship thing, like, "Hey, you're kind of a mean person because you don't want to stick by me after I was
Yeah.
sexually
Right.
harassed and
Right.
paid off."
Yeah.
Right.
Because the awards. So that's the only thing. But she acted like she had no idea why Ellis did that, and I'm like, well,
Yeah. Well, because
But
she couldn't talk about
Yeah.
it.
Right.
duh.
So
Yeah. So I guess that's
Wow.
She couldn't tell
she couldn't,
Meredith.
she couldn't say anything. And I think, yes, and I think it's coming more so from a point of view of, we're friends. You should be standing by me. You should forfeit this award. You know what I mean?
So
like,
she was hurt.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, are you really putting your career before our friendship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's what
I forget that she couldn't talk. So now I bet they'll have like a conversation between Marie
Yeah,
Cerrone and
and
Meredith
Meredith,
again,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
she's gonna be like, "See, I couldn't talk about it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't she tell Meredith that she, or like kind of hinted?
She kind of
that she
hinted like, I
wouldn't-
can't get into it, or I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, I think so. Like,
she just
maybe, like, I
didn't.
didn't,
She
like,
was super vague.
yeah, saying
yeah.
she kind of didn't want to, but I guess now we know it's probably because she
You
couldn't.
couldn't.
But
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Ellis didn't write anything in her journal about that.
Yeah, like
about,
no
like,
one was telling.
basically turning your back on your friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ellis, and she wasn't really affected by it, so I don't think
Yeah, Ellis is
it
like,
doesn't
what
seem
friends?
Yeah, right?
That's true.
She's a different type of woman.
That is true.
That
Let's
is
go ahead and
accurate.
get into our special segment. Who dropped the cure?
I have a lot.
Okay, it's one per host. Relax.
I know.
Go ahead. What do you
but
have?
I'm just
What's your
saying.
best?
Actually, no. I'm gonna let Krista go because apparently I always take somebody's. So
Okay,
I'm
let's see.
gonna let her go.
Okay, mine's probably with, I did have two, but I'm going to use when Mare was talking to Joe after her surgery, and don't know why I did a hair flip.
No, I'm laughing because I think for the first time you might have taken mine.
Oh, do you want me to do my Alex one?
No, I want you to see. I want to see if you got it.
Okay. So, and Mare what did she say? Okay, so they finished their surgery, and she was kind of like, Joe said, couldn't you have just told me I didn't need the pen from the beginning? That's how people learn and whatnot. And then was like, no, you have to like go through all that to become a great surgeon, and it's how you react under pressure. But she was like, at the end, not only did you save his life, you saved his quality of life. And I was like, that's super sweet, because most surgeons are just there to, save him. And but she went above and beyond, and she's like, I can actually not only save him, but do one better. Yeah. So I was like, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Okay.
sweet.
Did I take yours?
Kind of.
Okay.
It was in that same like scenario.
Okay.
But I'll do the Alex one. When he's talking to Owen and he says, "You are giving so many craps. This man has it made." And I was like, "Yes, Alex.
He did.
High and all. Yes.
Yes.
Like that's exactly the encouragement that Owen needed.
Yeah.
Especially, Alex being in the system and having experienced so much.
He'd
I feel
know.
like
Yeah.
if he would have gotten that advice from anybody else, it would not have been received the same way. So
Agreed.
kudos
Say
to
that.
Alex.
Well, mine is it's not that serious or sentimental.
Well,
Mine was Maggie when she said, "I don't think I need my neck anymore."
good.
Because
That was a good one.
I
It was
was
just
like,
like,
that was a classic line. That is a classic reaction.
I just feel like it doesn't matter.
And she was so, it honestly looked like she didn't have a neck from the angle. It was like,
I mean, it's holding your head up. It's pretty important.
Yeah, but at this moment, her head is probably light. Like, she's light, and this is holding it up. I just don't need it right now. But that was my favorite part, because it made me literally laugh out loud. Like one of those
All
ugly
of
laughs.
those.
So,
we were laughing out loud the entire
yeah,
episode.
yeah. That was
The
my
entire
favorite
episode.
line.
Before we forget, because I saw it in the live chat, we did not talk about Roy and how he was fired.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh. I'm
let's
like,
talk
who's
about
Roy?
Oh, yes. Thank you in the chat for
That
reminding us
intern
about
who
Roy.
lied.
Yes.
Yeah, liar, liar, pants on fire.
You can tell he lied as soon as he said, no.
Yeah.
Like, you gave it away. Like, how? I don't know how anyone else didn't pick up on that.
And also, what were you
Like, he was
that?
you
Yeah.
didn't? Oh, I felt like he was obvious.
I thought he was obvious, especially when he was running around after, and he's like, I'm like,
Right,
what
like,
is
what-
wrong with
what-
you?
Yeah.
See, because I don't like these group of interns, so
You
I
don't
was
pay
just like,
attention to
"Ugh."
it, yeah.
attention.
But it was when
The
it was
central
when,
line.
Yeah, when Weber was, what did Weber have? And he
Oh,
was like, is that,
Dexotr.
Oh,
yeah, and he was
yeah,
like,
he
does
wasn't
that,
until
yeah.
then?
He's like, does that interact with any other
the
drugs?
drugs?
And everyone's like,
Yeah, that's when I was like, you lied.
Yeah, no. When he
Liar.
first said it, and then going into with the central lines,
Yeah.
like, because he was so ready for it and so hyped, and then he's
Yeah.
like, no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do it. Because then he realized his limits. Like, yeah, I'm gonna f up. I can't do this.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and so then. When
But
they
I
get
feel
Weber,
like, okay, I know I'm
What
not
did
a
he run
doctor,
into? Like,
but
what's
I think a scalpel. Like, because he ran into the cart.
Oh,
and
that
something
made
was
me,
out.
I almost,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, I know I'm not a doctor, but why do I feel like I could have looked up this intern?
I know, I'm like, I'd get in there and I'd be like,
That's what
I
it
got
is.
this. And then
Right.
like, no.
Right.
You just get that vein, you feel for it.
Exactly.
Right?
I
You
was
get
like,
the
we've
thing
seen
and-
it so many times.
I've seen it for 14 seasons now.
What the heck?
I could do it. Yeah.
Did anybody think he should not have been fired?
No, I think he should have.
I mean, suspension, yeah. But I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
like, he kept lying, though, even after he was, that's where I'm like, the minute the central line thing happened, you should be like, I'm high.
yeah.
It's
It
the
was-
fact that
yeah.
until the drugs got whipped out, and then I'm like, okay, that you deserve it.
It was
now.
until you had no
Right.
choice but to tell the truth. So that
Right.
was a little like.
But I feel like there have been so many instances, like way worse cases with interns.
Meredith?
Yeah.
Thank you. And,
Alzheimer's?
and were they fired?
well, they're
You know what
learning
I
their
mean?
lesson.
Like, I feel like this
They're
was
learning
just
their
so, minute
Yeah.
compared to other things that interns have done.
He's finally,
Yeah.
Weber's finally laying down the law.
Yeah.
He's not
That's
gonna
what
let
it
that
is. That's what it's
slide.
And you know what?
anymore.
I feel like the other things were all, well, I guess this kind of was about his ambition as well, because I was going to say the mistakes happened. It was because they were so ambitious and trying to do
Yes.
things. And
Yeah.
so
It
maybe
was
that was
bettering
him
it, and he
as
was
well.
being
Yeah.
stubborn.
But you lied about it. And you put people at risk with so you were ambitious, yes, but you knew
You
that
lied.
you shouldn't be because you could have been a danger to other people.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
so true.
And you didn't take that responsibility to fall back. So I can't trust you as a doctor.
Tanya said, a nurse did my central line. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
laughing at the fact
shouldn't
that she-
nurses know?
Right. I was like, don't they?
That
Right,
should be
but
in
that
your
nurse
education.
didn't
but that
show
nurse said
specifically
she
was like,
couldn't
I
do it.
can't do it. And I was
Oh,
like,
that's
all
fine.
right,
She's like, you're the
Tanya's
doctor.
nurse did it.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
I
Yeah,
feel
you're
like
right.
that's one of
Thanks,
the
Tanya.
one of the things nurses know how to do for
Right.
the most part. Yeah. You
That's
don't have a
really important,
doctor
'cause you
running
learn
in
that-
to do central lines for
Right.
every single
We're
patient that
speaking
walks
like we
in
really
an
know
ER.
this life. Like you learned that in the beginning.
Oh, I
went to
know.
medical school.
I've watched enough ER.
Watch ER and Grey's Anatomy. It's the
Oh
first thing they
my
teach them is a central line. Okay.
According to
crazy.
my nursing degree.
And then also, did anybody catch DeLuca seeing Sam when he was laying on the floor?
I
crying?
didn't even
And
feel bad. I
wrote
just,
that.
I was like, she's not there.
I didn't even feel bad.
I only felt it because I was like writing in my notes. I was like, "Yo, DeLuca is gone. Like he is done." And then
DeLuca
because he
had
was just
56 cookies.
1,000 cookies. He's just sitting there in the fetal position and he starts smiling. I'm like, "Oh, he's over with." And then we realize he thinks he sees Sam.
Like it
so
was
he's
sad,
smiling
but
for
I was
that.
still like, she's gone. We need to.
Yeah. And you guys,
But they have to play on it. I get it. He's gonna be sad.
Yeah.
I
He's gonna
mean,
be
yeah,
sad.
and like we
He
don't
loved
know
her.
if he's gonna see her again. I get that.
Yeah.
So
It's just also hard for me to
Their
believe that he's that
relationship
sad.
is-
I don't know.
like she was a
Like,
stalker
what
when
guy
she first
does
got
that?
there. You know, right? Like,
like lays in the fetal
Moving
and is
on.
like,
love is love, you guys. Love is love.
show me the guy.
or is it just right? Or is it just the absence? Just the things that you can't have. Mhm.
Yeah, so they all like that. You're right.
You can tell the hurt ones.
I've been giving out. I think we need to go on
gosh.
worst lines.
Yes. Okay. What's the worst? I actually don't.
Timothy needs to come back.
He does. What's the worst line that you guys
Actually,
have?
didn't
Okay.
have a worst
So mine were like
line.
funny worst.
Okay.
That'd be the only thing, but you're right, because yours was like one of them and it was
Yeah,
the
it
best
was like-
line.
but it
So
was
they
the
were
best
like
for me.
funny. So
Yeah,
like
I don't-
funniest line maybe?
Yeah. You know what? This was a really good episode.
Yeah.
Really high energy. We're not gonna have a bad.
No.
The worst line
It was all
tonight.
funny and
Yeah.
happy lines.
Okay, wait, I take that back.
No.
What?
We're gonna leave
Okay,
it
so
happy.
okay.
No, let's hear it.
We can leave it happy. Well, I was just gonna say when Catherine was explaining to Jackson about what took place, and she was like, "We thought enough money would get him to stop." And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's your first instinct is like,
Especially when
money's
you have
gonna
an
solve this
unlimited
problem.
supply.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I
like-
was like.
You're right, that
How,
was
but
a
okay.
crappy line.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and then of course, like at the end when she starts to, obviously she was a victim of, sexual harassment. It made sense when she was like, I felt like I was helping them by paying them at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
That was the least I could do. But I don't know. I just still feel like, why is money always everyone's number one, like,
I agree.
go to solve a problem?
Yup.
No. Yeah. That's real.
Rude.
Again.
Someone said, worst line was April's, I'm seeing someone.
Whoa. That seems like a personal hit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, we not gonna be happy for
No
April
one
either.
wants April to be happy.
Yeah. You guys don't want April happy. You don't want Owen happy. What's okay? What's going on in that chat there?
A lot. Oh my gosh, a lot. So
Yeah, you guys
much.
are really active. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you
That's
guys
I love
so
reading them.
much. Yes, you guys, they are so funny.
My vision is so bad. I'm trying to shout out names. So I
Yeah.
can't say it. So get it.
Shout out to Olivia.
Whoop, whoop.
Shout out to Tanya Murphy, Jazz41173. You guys are always in the chat. Dream to Aspire. You're a new one.
Like that
Thank
name.
you so
Thank you,
much. Who else? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm
There's
sorry.
so
I'm getting
many of you. You
distracted.
guys are the best.
Ellie Winters, yes. Also, shout out to Tori Ford. She's usually always in our live chat, but she couldn't make it tonight, and she sent me a DM on Instagram
Yeah.
and told
she
us
wanted
to
to be
have
here.
a good show.
Yeah.
Yes, and that she wanted to be here. So shout out to you.
Sorry you missed it, Tori. Hopefully
Yes,
you'll be
and
back next
obviously
week.
Tim's missed too.
Yes. We'll
Yes.
have Tim next week. Yeah. We're feeling,
We just
this
had a
would've
female
been so
panel
funny,
today.
right? Yeah. His
Oh my
reactions would have been
gosh.
so
You
funny
would've
for
loved
tonight.
it.
Oh my gosh.
I wish she
We're
was
gonna
here
have to get a little recap next week. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining us in the chat. Make sure that you guys like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, also on iTunes, and make sure you rate it, give us 5 stars, please. We really appreciate that. And make sure you guys come back every week and join us to see how we light up this panel. We
love
love it.
that you guys are in the live chat with us. We love it.
do. You guys make it fun.
Yes. They really do.
And then help us out too. Sometimes when things slip our mind.
Yeah, you guys are
They are on
brilliant
it.
fans.
Like, on it. I'm so grateful for you guys.
Alrighty, so let's get into some predictions for next week.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
This is literally every
Start
time.
on that end.
Of course. We're
So
gonna start on
mine,
this
I
end.
pretty much already said mine, so I'll just do it again. I think she's pregnant. This is my prediction.
This is your prediction every week.
But it's because
Now I
I
really
still
want
think
her
it
to be
is.
pregnant.
Yeah. So, and I'm not gonna stop thinking I think now that he has a baby, they're gonna be a family of 2, and I think they're either gonna co-parent them. I don't know if they're gonna get back together because I don't want it to, but there's a baby and it's coming.
There's literally already a baby.
There's a second
That
baby,
could
and I
be your
believe it's gonna
baby.
be a girl. That's how I'm gonna add to the prediction. She is pregnant with a baby
My
girl.
goodness. Okay. I'm going to predict, even though we've kind of already hinted at it, that Arizona's exit is going to be to go back to Cali.
Okay. Like love to Cali or just to be with her family?
Loved Cali. Because
okay.
the fact that she was talking about
It slipped
Karina,
while
but
she was,
she called her Cali, that was just way too
I agree.
obvious
Yeah.
to not pick up on, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
Preach.
And then to follow that with, why did I say that? Why did I do that?
You know
Yeah.
why you said that. You love
like,
her.
come on.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's yours?
Well, mine is it's about to be a battle of mother and son next week. Because they're saying like someone has to go down for this, and the top 2 people whose names are at the top of this
It would
family right
happen.
now.
Catherine's gonna take blame for her son, right?
Possibly. So I'm thinking that is Catherine that's gonna go down. Because Jackson is still young. He still has
You're
he
right.
has a
You
bright
have,
future.
Like she probably loses her like license
Yeah,
or
something.
like her name in the hot.
Yeah,
right.
she may have to step down
And
from the
she
board.
said,
or like,
that's what she said.
Yeah.
She was like, I worked so hard to build up this name, and now it's about to be taken from me. So you might be onto
Yeah,
something.
so next week I think that's what's gonna happen.
Oh,
no.
End of an era.
I'm gonna learn how to do that for next week.
Nothing
were
happened
really
when I did
good at
that.
it, too. Like,
They
really
were
good.
like
I'm
weeks
like
of practice.
That has to be a track behind.
Right on.
Or April has a secret talent. That we don't know.
April and Bailey.
Yes.
Very interesting. Alrighty, so those are our predictions for next week. So make sure you guys tune in so that you can see if our predictions come true or not. I think
Yes.
Kirsten's is gonna have to wait to
The
like the
very
end
end.
of.
Oh, and I'm
The
gonna
very
keep.
last episode
I'm gonna
of this
keep
season.
predicting it till it happens. Shonda.
Speak it into existence. I
Yeah.
feel like you should.
I'm gonna start tweeting at Shonda directly.
Yeah, start tweeting it, hashtag
Yes.
it, and then give her a baby.
Hashtag Amelia pregnancy.
So like I said, make sure you guys tune in. Next week we'll be back. I'm Elle Marie. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Elle Marie TV.
And I'm Krista Flentje, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Krista Flentje.
And I'm Tori Broussard. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tori_Broussard.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Like 50-year-old men.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.